Once again, I've got my locally installed theme open in my IDE and the storefront open on localhost 3000. First, we'll look at the lang directory. This directory stores language files which can be used to provide translation for the theme's content. The directory itself and the en.json file inside it must both be present for a stencil theme to work. Upon opening the en.json file, you'll see key value pairs similar to those in the config.json file. At the top of the file, we can see a section for the footer. There are arbitrary key names for column titles that appear in the footer. Each key has a text string specifying the wording that will appear on the storefront. We can see how these are invoked by looking at the footer file found in Templates, Components, Common. The first column appearing in the footer is using the lang handlebar helper with the key footer.navigate to pull in the associated text string value navigate. I can update the text string for this key in the en.json file from navigate to siteNav and see the text change on the storefront after it's refreshed. You can create new key value pairs as well. For example, at the bottom of the footer, there's the Powered by BigCommerce message in plain text. If I want to offer a translation of the powered by, I'll need to turn this plain text into a translation key. I'll swap back to the en.json file and under the footer section add another key, powered_by, and a corresponding text string value, powered by. Back in the footer file, I'll now update the plain text powered by to lang footer.powered_by. The text on the storefront won't change in this example, but now we can create translations for it should we add other language files. Now I'll create a new language file to offer translation in Spanish. When creating new language files, you should name them based on the BCP 47 specification of language and region codes. In this case, I'll name my file es-mx.json for Spanish, Mexico. Now, I'll copy over the footer section from the en.json file to get a small chunk of key values to work with, and next update the values to Spanish translations that I want. To see my translations on the local storefront, I'll need to force my browser to send the right accept language header. The Stencil framework automatically detects this to determine which language to show to a shopper. I'm using Chrome, so I'll go to Settings and then Advanced Settings. Click Languages and add Spanish, Mexico, and drag it to the top of the languages list so it's the first priority. Swapping back to the tab with the local storefront, I can now see my translations after refreshing.